Hey everybody, welcome into another weekly basketball update with Coach Rick Insel as we talk women's basketball. And it's tournament time now, Coach. The third season has gotten here.
You're right. Now's when it counts.
Yeah.
And really the other part counted too. I mean, it got you ready. In our cases, we've got a shot to maybe get on that large bid in the NCAA tournament. So, from the time we opened up with South Florida, and by the way, South Florida had a big win last night. They beat Georgetown.
Mm-hmm.
And but the time we opened up with South Florida to now, it's went by so quick. It's just been unbelievable. And this group has been a joy to coach. I mean, they're so young, they're so immature, and we make so many mistakes. And I've developed so many gray hairs that I didn't know that I had. And
nobody told you about those, huh?
I'm telling you, but it's been one of my most enjoyable seasons because you really never know what to expect. When we come to play, we're as good as anybody, and then some nights when we come, we look like an elementary team.
Well, one thing about it, and from just an outsider looking in, is when I come watch you guys practice and stuff. Number one, you've got great kids,
right?
And the young kids are terrific. And they are so open to coaching.
They are. I mean, that's what it's all about is coaching. That's what I enjoy, going out on the floor and getting the team ready and then taking it from the practice floor to the game floor. That's what you got to like about coaching. And I think if you ask most coaches, they'll tell you that. And, this bunch is just, they provided us so many highlight moments, and they've provided us some moments that we might kind of want to forget. But it's been exciting. It really has. And to know that we've got them back, most of them, for 3 more years, that's even more exciting. But to lose the likes of Anne Marie and Emily, and, Emily hadn't played a whole lot, but she's been at practice every day, and she's been involved every day, and she's been in our skull sessions, and she's been in when we went over our scouting reports, and we went over our clips. She's been there. And she's offered those young kids some encouragement. So she's been very much a part of everything, too.
Before we talk about the tournament, talk a little bit about the win over Western and Senior Day for those 2 young ladies and for my man Jake. Great crowd, terrific game. I know you thought you could have done a few things better, but it turned out to be a heck of a game.
Was not pretty, but I've had some beautiful games and lost, and this was kind of an ugly game, and we won, so I'll take it. And anytime you get a win over Western, the sun's shining. I'm telling you right now. And so we enjoyed it. Our fans enjoyed it. Our players were excited. I guess I wouldn't say negative, but the most emotional part was afterwards when we did say goodbye to Anne Marie and Emily. As far as playing at Murphy Center again. What 2 special young ladies, and Jake, of course, Jake has done everything since he's been here. Whatever we've asked him to do, he's done and been a team player. But for Anne-Marie and Emily, the crowd stayed and the response that they got and the emotion and the passion that they've got for Middle Tennessee, that's why we recruited those young ladies.
Absolutely. Now we turn our attention to Hot Springs, Arkansas. Middle Tennessee will open play in the Sun Belt Tournament on Sunday when the Raiders will take on the winner of Florida Atlantic in Arkansas State. It will be a noon game on Sunday at the Summit Arena. First of all, talk about how you are preparing your team, and I know they got a couple of days off, and then you pick things back up.
Well, we'll start tomorrow. We gave them off Monday and today, Tuesday, to work, catch up on their academics, kind of get their legs back, flush their systems out, and then we'll start back hard and heavy tomorrow. We'll go Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We'll travel on Friday also. We'll practice Friday at Hot Springs, Friday afternoon, and Saturday at Hot Springs. But and then we'll get to see Arkansas State play Florida Atlantic. We'll get to do a little scouting there. But that will be a good game. Florida Atlantic beat Arkansas State, but I think right now Arkansas State is one of the hottest teams in our conference. They beat Little Rock the other night. Of course, that's kind of like the Western Middle Tennessee game, the Little Rock and the Arkansas State game. But they beat Little Rock the other night, and they've won 3 or 4 in a row. And right now they've got a little momentum going. So, and I would say that it's going to be a good game, but I'd have to give the nod to Arkansas State in that game. And then you know, they played us close down at Jonesboro. So, you know, it's going to be a great tournament.
Courtney hit a big shot toward the end to kind of get that one going the right way.
We've had, you know, that's the thing about our team, and to go back to what we've said, every game you've had someone like Ice shows up a game, Ebony shows up, Anne Marie takes a game over, Tina hit a big shot Sunday and hit some free throws down the stretch, and then Jordan Luffman has a great game, and then Kiki, who, you know, Central Florida, Kiki had a good game. Kiki had a good game against Arkansas State. We wouldn't have beat Arkansas State there if Kiki Stewart hadn't showed up. So that's the thing about our team. You never know what player's going to step up on what given day.
Other first-round games on Saturday have North Texas and Western, Troy and Louisiana Monroe, and Louisiana Lafayette and South Alabama. It's hard for anybody to go through and win 4 games, and because there's probably 4 or 5 this year, maybe even a little more open than it has been because you've got a hot Denver team, you've got a hot FIU team, you've got a good Little Rock team, good Middle team, and Western's good.
Well, I think the last team that might have won 4 games was Middle Tennessee.
Yeah.
I believe when Stephanie's maybe was it the last year, maybe the year before she left. They went through at North Texas, I believe, and won 4 games, or maybe it was at Western. Yeah. But, you know, that's just tough to do. That's tough to do. You've got to have a lot of depth. Kids have got to be in great physical, emotional, and mental shape, I mean, to do that. And, you know, you hit right on it, Chip. There's a lot of teams, you know, FIU's playing well right now. Little Rock's been very consistent. We've been very consistent. Denver's playing good right now. Arkansas State. Western battled us right down to the end Sunday. And, you know, there's not a doubt in my mind that Mary Taylor's going to have them ready when they get there. So it's going to be an exciting tournament on the women's side and just as exciting on the men's side.
In your career, not only here, but in high school, you have had a lot of success in tournaments. And you may not want to give away all your secrets, but what are some of the things that you have to do to play well and be successful in tournaments when you have to put those 3 and 4 days back to back playing games?
You got to be in great physical shape, and I think we are. I think Matt Riley does as good a job as anybody in the country, and I believe that. You've got to have mental toughness, and I think we're mentally tough. I think, you know, playing for me, I'm very much a disciplinarian. I expect it to be done right every time. And if it's not, we go back over it. We go back over it. And I think by doing that, you've got to have the fundamentals down, Pat. You've got to be a good, fundamentally sound team, and you've got to be mentally tough, and you've got to be in great physical condition. And that's some of the things that I've harped on through my coaching career. And, you know, I feel real good about our players right now. They are mentally tough. I mean, you've been to our practices, and, you know, they've been very consistent this year. And even though they're very young, they've been very consistent.
One thing I've noticed about in the college game, too, is that everybody is so even that 1 hour or that hour and a half that you've got to prepare, it has to be complete, ready to soak it in.
Well, you're right, and you've got to have a good staff. Mm-hmm. We're very fortunate, and I've been fortunate in the past. I had a good staff my other 5 years before this year, and then this year I've got a great staff. They're already working on like 2 or 3 scouting reports right now that we can give to the kids. And then, you know, we're pretty familiar with the players that we're going to play in this tournament. You know, and they're pretty familiar with us too. So, you know, there'll be a few things that we'll tweak. But, you know, preparation's the name of the game. I mean, preparation and that mental toughness and sticking to the fundamentals right now and being in great shape. And I feel like going into this tournament, in all of those areas, we're as good as anybody.
And Middle will have that 6th man with them. We always end up taking a great crowd to Hot Springs.
You know, the last 2 years, we've taken more people than anybody there. And, you know, they're 45 minutes from Little Rock. And what are they, an hour and a half from Arkansas State? And, of course, you know, the Western fans, they didn't come to Middle Tennessee, so you know they're not going to go to Hot Springs. So, you know, got to get a dig in there.
And I want to go on the record. I didn't put the hook out there.
Okay, so. But, you know, that's the bottom line. I mean, really.
Yeah.
So That's another. I'm excited about our fans. Good gracious, that you saw 'em Saturday night with the men. That was one of the most exciting games, as far as the fans were concerned.
Yep.
And I was hoping for that Sunday, and we got the same thing Sunday. And so, we need to give our fans a pat on the back because they love our teams, and we're picking up more fans as we sit here, and then hopefully we can take 700-800 with us to Hot Springs.
That'd be very, very nice. And folks, if you have not gotten your tickets yet, call the ticket office 1-888-YES-MTSU, and they can hook you up. We will have Marco Bourne will be in Hot Springs. So if you get there and have ticket issues, once you get there, Marco will be at the team hotel, which will be the Austin. And so there'll be a lot of folks there to help take care of you. But the biggest thing is make your plans and be there with us in Hot Springs. So
I've got to leave right here and go get some tickets. I've got a family that's coming, so I've got to go buy some extra tickets.
all right, well, good luck, Coach.
Thank you, Chip.
All right, Coach Rick Insell joins us today, and thank you for being with us for that women's basketball update here on GoBlueRaiders.tv.